Saludos familia, welcome to our channel, Our Lives Across the Border. And on today's video, I want to share with you guys how did I open a business after being deported, right? For those who are new to the channel, man, let me give you a little rundown. So I was deported like 3.5 years ago, right? To my country that basically I haven't been in this country since I was a little kid. So I was moving to the unknown, not knowing what was gonna happen with my life, not knowing what direction I was gonna go. Right? Yes, everybody's gonna try to help you. Everybody's trying to talk to you and stuff like that. But eventually, as time passes by, that thing fades away because everybody's gonna go back to during their life. You know, they need to do their own routine. I understood that. I remember I didn't know what to do, but I had a vision of like I want to start something for me. And why is this? Because the minute that you work for somebody in Mexico is the minute that you're gonna stay stuck on the same spot. Why is this? The jobs right here they're created for division. It's only two classes: the lower class and the higher class. There's nothing on the middle. Now, there's this past years with the new president, they've been up. I mean, they've been raising the salaries, the minimum salary in Mexico. I believe like 35% every year. You know, for a small business, trust me, it's difficult. It is difficult, and sometimes yes, I wish I can hire more people, but I cannot afford that because if I end up hiring more people, nothing goes in my pocket. Everything's gonna go to the employees, right? So we had to make sacrifices. So I remember I came to Mexico. I was scared. I didn't know what to do, man. I didn't know what to do, honestly, right? My family received me. They celebrated. Okay, you're right here. It is what it is. Let's enjoy the time. Let's let's see what happens, right? I remember that 2 days, probably I had like 2 days right here in Mexico, and everybody was making a big deal about this donut shop, right? We decided to stop. Oh, let's go to try some donuts. You see, let's see what's up, right? Because some family members gave us some donuts, but we didn't know how old were those donuts, right? Maybe they were not fresh or whatever. So we decided to go to the shop and buy a donut. I remember getting a what was that, cream cheese with Oreo donut, right? Took a bite. There was nothing special to it. And when I say nothing special to it, I mean the candy, the sweetness tastes good, right? But the bread. Tell me who doesn't know those American donuts. Then once you grab them, they look super fluffy. But once you take a bite of it, it feels like it melts in your mouth, right? I didn't see that in this donut shop, right? But a lot of people were making a big deal about it, and I'm like, you know what? I think we can get this over here. This famous donut shop that everybody's making a big deal about it. It's not even on the main city. It is in a town, in a little town, right? So I was like, I think I can. I think I want to open a donut shop, and I'm gonna put it on the main city. There's no donut shops on the main city. Why is that? Why these people took so long to open a donut shop in the main city? At this time, this shop had, I believe, he had like 3 years open already. You know, and that's what was in my mind. I remember as I was thinking this, I went to apply for a job, call center. My family was like, "Hey, get a call center job. Get a call center job. They get paid good. I believe if you did a English one, I think you used to pay 150, no, 2,000 to 3,000. Let's say 3,000 a week, which is good money. 3,000 pesos a week equals to what, 100 and I think back then it was like $150 a week. Big money compared to the minimum at that time. The minimum was gonna be like around $75 per week. I mean, so you're making double just over there on the phone, calling the states or being of help to somebody on the phone. Perfect, you know, good money, easy money, right? But again, how far can I go? How can I extend that salary? That's things that run through my mind. So I did went over there, get an interview just to get a feel for it. They asked me, okay, where you worked before? I worked in the States. What you used to do? I let them know what I used to do. But it was not for me. I know it was not for me. I had that little idea in my head that I wanted to open my own business. And how would I do this? No money in my pocket, right? One thing that I'm blessed and I'm thankful is that I got families that work on the fields, right? They used to send me pistachios. See, something about working on the fields, you have to understand that sometimes the ranchers, they don't wanna they don't want to throw the machines through their fields. Why? Because their trees might be too small, whatever, and they don't want to break them or whatever. So sometimes they tell the workers or the guy who leads the workers, hey man, if you want, you can take all this, do what you're gonna do with it. You know what I mean? But don't bring in machines right here because you're gonna break the trees, right? So they'll give them fields. So they get the whole pistachios. They'll send them over here, and I was in charge of selling a bag of pistachios, which my family been doing this for generations, even through my grandparent. Just remember, I never been in Mexico since I was a little kid. You know, it was the unknown. I don't know what to do. Right, I'm lost. So my family were like, you know what, you can sell this at $4 per bag, right? $4 per bag, which it was gonna equal 80 pesos. $4 per bag, 80 pesos. And I was like, hold on, man, for how long you guys been having this price? And so, oh no, for years. I'm like, man, you have to understand about inflation. Prices go up on everything. Why this hasn't gone up? I was like, you know what? I'm gonna sell it for $7. 140 pesos. That's what I'm gonna sell it for. Oh, you're crazy. You're not never gonna sell that. You're crazy. Okay, shoot, whatever you're gonna send, right? So my family sent me some pistachios. I start selling it. I got away from where my family was selling it, from the city, the town where they were selling it, and I just drove 30 miles away from the town. Got in front of the company. I stayed outside. What was it, like 6 hours? Selling pistachios on the road in front of the company. When the workers used to get out of the company, they'll stop by, they'll buy pistachios. 140 pesos. I was bringing bank. I was bringing a lot of money. I was making more money than a restaurant from this city in one day. I used to work only 3 days a week, making that money. Why? Because if I do it every day, I mean, you're just gonna waste time, and people gonna get used to it, right? So at least you just go 3 times a day, and that's it. So at least when they go buy you, they buy you a couple, so at least they can have some to save, right? After selling this for months, right, I came up with a good amount of money. Now my idea was the donut shop, right? But this time I was already watching YouTube, seeing how you make donuts. I see the difference between a cake donut and a yeast donut, the different recipes. And I was like, yeah, I want those, that the yeast donuts, right? The fluffy ones. I went to donut shops that were on the main city. I believe in the main cities there might be like 4 or 5 different donut shops. I went to one. I befriend this individual. I ask him, hey man, who's your vendor? How you make the donuts? Help me out. I used to buy dozens of donuts for him, just so I can have that conversation, And he used to tell me, like, look, he didn't give me everything to the T. The rest I had to learn about by making my own mistakes. Because they'll give you the information, but not all information is good information, And that's how I got my the contacts to get the product and stuff like that. That's how I knew how to get a couple things, what kind of equipment I needed. And then I went in and looked for this equipment. Used equipment, of course. I don't have the money to buy new equipment, So I had to go buy the equipment. They asked for a certain amount of money. I was like, I gave you this much amount of money. Can you work with me? And that's how I managed to collect all that equipment, right? Once I got the equipment, of course, I went to the distributor, started making donuts at home. They looked super ghetto. Didn't look nice. But it was because we didn't have the proof at the time. But we were experimenting, making donuts. At the same time as I'm doing this, I'm looking for a spot in the city that we have right here to rent. Let me get a alright spot with the alright price. I found it. Okay, let me just order what's gonna be the display so we can put the donuts how I want it. How big do I want it? Got it. I start buying the fridges, the freezers, all of that stuff, coffee equipment. So I had this idea, right? Not knowing, never working in the donut shop, but I'm still pushing it. I'm pushing it, right? I'm scared, yes, because I don't know what's gonna be the outcome, but with the goal set, right? Willing to do whatever I have to do to accomplish this. I still remember the first time we did donuts with the proofer in the house. Those things came out hella fluffy. There were the crumble donuts. We made crumble donuts from a recipe that we got from the internet. Super delicious, man. I remember my cousins came that day or a day after, and they had some of those. Like, damn, those things are good, So I got everything now. I experimented at the house. As a matter of fact, I even did an order for somebody's birthday party, one of my family members' birthday party. Like, here's the order, right? So it was time to do what we had to do. We went over there. We painted the shop by ourselves. We put the bare minimum with the tables and all that stuff, just so we can start. We put our advertisement out there that we're gonna open a donut shop in the city, and luckily, a lot of people came. Yeah, we run a special. I think it was 50% off. 50% off, so you can taste donuts, right? So you can see the difference. We sold like over 300 donuts that one day. 300 donuts that one day. I still remember how much money we made. It was around 4,000 pesos, which was $200. It's a lot of money in one day. It's a lot of money that came in through that shop, from that business. It's a lot of money, Of course, if we were gonna charge it dollar for dollar, it would have been 8,000 pesos coming in. $400. That's a lot of money. That's what I'm saying. We sold a lot of donuts, right? And from that day on, we've been pushing, fighting, little by little. We've been putting stuff in the business slowly. We didn't have the money to actually start fixing out the business, but we had a dream. We pursued that dream, and now we're here. Basically, my testimony is for those individuals that think that if they come to Mexico, they don't know what to do. I mean, there's a lot of opportunities whatever you find yourself at. There's a lot of opportunities. All you have to do is just seek them, look for that opportunity, and don't let it go. Because the minute you let go of that opportunity, you never know when it's going to come back again. I do understand that people can be scared. There can be hesitation. Trust me, I was scared, like super scared. I don't know if I was going to make it. It was a very big risk. I'm putting my money all in this business. And if it doesn't work, I don't know what I'm going to do, right? I don't know what I'm going to do. Thankfully, it worked for, I believe, like 5 months. 5 months it was doing all right. Because we came into the business, it was April 13. So here comes June, hot weather. July, hot weather. August, super hot weather. We went into those horrible months. I remember in August, we got a spike. I don't know in business why, but that's the best month we ever have in history. The month of August. I don't know what happened, but that's the best month we ever had. But after that month, everything started going down. I don't know what happened. Then after that, we improvised. Like, okay, we have this business. Let's expand it. Let's start selling donuts on the streets. Nobody's doing this. So we start selling donuts on the streets as well, right? So people are like, hold on. I thought it was normal to sell pan dulce on the streets. Conchas, cuernitos, puerquitos, like typical Mexican bread, right? On the streets. It is very normal. Even in parts of the states, they do that. But to sell just exclusively donuts, no. And guess what? Start getting clientele. A lot of clientele. Damn. Hey, here comes the donut car. Then they got donuts pretty good. They're expensive, yes. Different quality, but they're good. They're soft. They're not hard. That name start going. Now, all of a sudden, the next year, here comes different cars now, selling donuts, sugar donuts. Not the same. Then another car came through, selling almost donuts like us, but it's not the same. And of course, as we keep selling it, there other people see what we were doing, and they came out with their own twist when it comes down to selling donuts on a car. But thankfully, man, we are here. We have months that is they're difficult. Like this month right now is difficult. Business is super low. I'm literally not making that much money, but I'm putting the hours. So hopefully you like the story. This is how we started this business in Mexico. Was not easy, but I put myself a goal and I accomplished it. You know, the next goal is putting a kitchen in that donut shop, which I will do, but everything has to do within time. I cannot rush into doing nothing, and at the end of the day, it's money that I'm gonna invest, and I want to make sure that it's the right decision. So with this being said, thank you very much. To the next video. Don't forget to hit the like and comment and subscribe, of course. Thank you very much for those supporters who've been on every single video commenting. I do highly appreciate you.